We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check. Wait, no. Watch twins. Easy.
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw is Winston. He's got this one complete to Perriman. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And Geis is going to be stopped short as he did not get the push he needed. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And an alley to run. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they called the field general.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A nice run on 1st down gets him 6 yards to the 31. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Open man has got it. It's complete. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
On 1st down, this is Geis. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Let's go. Check 31. Check 31. Shit. Let's go.
Play action now. Winston. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. He's coming. Easy. Double up. Watch.
Running is Barber. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Slow. Wait, where do we go?
Working out of the gun. Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Check. Lucky. Check 3. It's 3.
Jackson from the shotgun. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Jackson. Open man is Higgins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And a Cowboy 1st down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Henry. 49 is a
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Marr now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Come on. Sunday. Switch. Check. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Flip it. White. Check 99. Let me go.
To throw, Winston. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th.
Here I come. Check. Fresno. Green, triple T. White 56. Orbit. Hey, let's get it to Burger. Check.
They're indeed going. It's Winston. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
Even.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 10.
From just shy of midfield, Winston, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Where do we go? March 56. Don't let him breathe. Wait. Breathe. Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. Where do we go?
On third down, Dobbins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on fourth down.
Right now, you better bring. Switch it. Sonny. 56. Let me go. 56. Let me go.
They're going to try and throw. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7, forthcoming. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
Single.
Brings up second and 7 at the 11-yard line.
He's coming, double up.
On second and 7, Winston looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Jameis now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Wait. Kill. Slam. SOS. Shit. Where we go?
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready? White 25.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Green, triple T.
Alert 3. Check.
Check. Crunch.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
No. Off. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
56. That's it. 56.
You don't want that.
Final play of the half here, Winston. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Fielded about a yard deep. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, stop. Sponge. No. Show it up.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Wait.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. You don't want none. Give me it. Pick up the ball. He's crashing. He's checking crash. You go tank. You go.
Winston now from the 50. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. Winston to Godwin on the connection there for a Tampa Bay first. Winston now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. On the draw, they go to Geis. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll try and get it with Geis. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Well, that'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Now Winston. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down.
Stay with your man.
Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run here with Balazs. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
3rd and goal. Winston toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Easy.
56. Mike's 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Flip it.
Watch out.
Hey, check it out.
4th down. Winston. And that is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back.
Let's go. 18-10. Joker.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch the twist. Check 43. Check 3. Jim.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Hey, alert 3. Blue John Booker.
Let's go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Ready.
Right there. 56.
First and 10 at the 20.
A first down throw for Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Under 10. Under 10. Flip it.
Winston now to throw on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Play action. Now Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
First down, Cowboys.
Mike 29. In your face. 29 is Mike. Mike 29. Woo! Out.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
29 is Mike 29. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Boom. 29 is Mike 29.
Here's Jackson on third and long. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Wait.
58. 58 is Mike.
Hey, I gotta get this. 5 on the 50. 6. 5 on the 50.
6 guys. Tight dog. Front. Check.
Play action now. Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on first down, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Check. Easy. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Hey, turn it up. Check.
Wait.
3rd and long for Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Ready. 29. Come off the ball. Check your backer.
Now Jackson on first down. Open man is Hill. He's got it. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 18-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come. Up on 2nd and inches. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double. Hustle. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Come on. You better bring it. 29 is the Mike. Mike, take it.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Bang, 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 bang. Flip it. Even.
Watch the shit.
Jameis to throw it. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Give me that ball, Keith.
On 3rd down, Winston. And that is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. This is Pittsburgh. Key to tight end. 4 down.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Flushed out right. He'll run it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Here I come again.
Hey, check Bogo. Watching you 5. All right.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Check 3. Shift. Watch the shift. Shift. switch gears.
Let him go.
One last shot now for Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 38. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do